Chapter 1: The Dark Cloud of Alzheimer's. Imagine waking up one morning and the faces of your loved ones are as unfamiliar as a stranger's. This is often the harsh reality for those living with Alzheimer's, a degenerative brain disease that slowly erodes a person's memory, thinking skills, and ability to carry out simple tasks. Alzheimer's is like a dark cloud that descends, gradually obscuring the familiar landscapes of our minds, casting long shadows over the precious memories we've spent a lifetime collecting. It is a relentless storm that leaves individuals feeling disoriented, confused, and isolated. But the impact of Alzheimer's extends beyond the individual. It also envelops their families, friends, and caregivers in a shroud of darkness. The emotional and psychological toll of watching a loved one grapple with this debilitating condition is immense. The vibrant personalities, the shared histories, the unique quirks that make our loved ones who they are slowly fade away, replaced by uncertainty and fear. Yet, within this profound darkness, there is a certain rawness, a certain vulnerability that breaks open the heart. It's a reminder of our shared human condition, our collective fragility. We are all, in one way or another, navigating our way through the complex labyrinth of life, seeking connection, understanding, and love. Alzheimer's, in its cruel irony, often strips away the superficial layers of our identities, revealing the core essence of who we are. And in this essence, we find a shared humanity, a common thread that binds us all together. It's a thread spun from love, resilience, and an unyielding spirit that refuses to surrender to the tempest of Alzheimer's. This is the poignant narrative of Alzheimer's, a narrative that is often cloaked in darkness, yet punctuated by flickers of light, moments of connection, and enduring love. It is a narrative that compels us to confront the depths of our fears, our vulnerabilities, but also our immense capacity for love and resilience. Alzheimer's is not just a disease of the mind, but a disease that affects the heart of everyone involved. It's a stark reminder of our shared vulnerability, our shared humanity, and our shared responsibility to shine light in this darkness, to seek out hope, and to fight for a world free from the shackles of Alzheimer's. Chapter 2: Struggles and Hope. Behind every Alzheimer's statistic, there are real people, real families, and real stories. Let's take a moment to look beyond the numbers, to the faces and lives caught in the grip of Alzheimer's. There's Mary, a retired school teacher who has always loved books. She now finds herself constantly struggling to remember the plots of her favorite novels. And then there's David, a war veteran and a proud grandfather who no longer recognizes the faces of his grandchildren. The struggle is real, and it's daily. These are not just stories of loss. They are also stories of perseverance. Like Emma, who despite her diagnosis, wakes up every morning with a smile, determined to make the most of each day. She fills her time with painting, a hobby she picked up after her diagnosis, creating vibrant canvases that speak louder than words ever could. Or consider James, a former engineer who uses his problem-solving skills to navigate through the fog of Alzheimer's. Each day presents a new puzzle to solve, a new challenge to overcome. He's turned his condition into a continuous learning journey, and in doing so, he's found a new purpose. These stories are a testament to the indomitable human spirit, the ability to find light in the darkest of times. Alzheimer's may be a devastating disease, but it doesn't define the lives of those it touches. Each person has their struggles, but they also have their victories, their moments of joy and triumph. It's important to remember, though, that no one faces this journey alone. There are families, friends, and communities standing alongside them, sharing in their struggles and their hope. They are the unsung heroes, providing support and love even when the road gets tough. These are not stories of despair, but of resilience and courage in the face of adversity. They are stories of individuals who, despite their diagnosis, refuse to let Alzheimer's dim their light. They are stories that inspire us, that motivate us to keep pushing forward, in search of a world free from the shadows of Alzheimer's. Chapter 3: The Science Behind Alzheimer's. While Alzheimer's remains a mystery in many ways, researchers are tirelessly working to unravel its secrets. Picture a tangled ball of yarn. Alzheimer's is like that, a complex web of genetic, environmental, and lifestyle factors that interact in ways we're still trying to understand. At the heart of Alzheimer's disease is the progressive damage to brain cells, or neurons. This damage leads to the symptoms we associate with Alzheimer's, including memory loss, confusion, and changes in behavior and personality. But what causes this damage? Two prime suspects have emerged: abnormal clumps called beta-amyloid plaques and tangles of a protein called tau. Both can build up in the brain, disrupting cell function and eventually leading to cell death. It's like a garden overrun with weeds. The plaques and tangles choke out healthy brain cells, making it difficult for them to communicate and function properly. But here's where things get interesting. Not everyone with plaques and tangles develops Alzheimer's. This suggests other factors at play, and that's where the tangled ball of yarn comes back into the picture. Researchers are also exploring the role of inflammation and the immune response, as well as the gut-brain axis, which is the communication network between our digestive system and our brain. Recent breakthroughs have shown that changes in the gut microbiome, the community of bacteria that live in our digestive tract, may influence the development of Alzheimer's. This is a promising new frontier in Alzheimer's research, and it's just one example of how the field is constantly evolving. In addition, advances in technology and imaging techniques are giving us unprecedented insights into the living brain. We're able to detect signs of Alzheimer's earlier than ever before, which could open the door to early interventions and possible preventative treatments. As we continue to pull at the threads of this complex disease, we're uncovering more and more about its underlying causes, its progression, and potential ways to treat and prevent it. With every new discovery, we move a step closer to understanding Alzheimer's and hopefully to finding a cure. Chapter 4: The Power of Dark Motivation. The fight against Alzheimer's is not a solitary battle, but a collective effort, where every single one of us has a role to play. The power of dark motivation, the drive that emerges from the depths of despair, can be a beacon of hope for those battling this devastating disease. We can harness this power by getting involved, by educating ourselves and others about Alzheimer's, and by supporting the organizations that are at the forefront of this fight. There are numerous resources available, both online and offline, that provide invaluable information about the disease, its symptoms, and the latest research. One way to contribute to the cause is by volunteering, which can take many forms. Whether it's spending time with those affected, helping out at local Alzheimer's organizations, or participating in awareness events, every minute spent makes a difference. The time given in service does not only benefit those directly impacted by Alzheimer's, but it also fosters empathy and understanding within ourselves, creating a ripple effect that can touch countless lives. Fundraising is another powerful way to contribute. Whether it's organizing a charity run, setting up a donation page, or simply making a personal contribution, every dollar raised fuels the research that brings us closer to a cure. But perhaps the most impactful action we can take is to talk about Alzheimer's, to bring it out of the shadows and into the light. By sharing stories, expressing our fears and hopes, we can break down the walls of stigma that often surround this disease. This fight is not just about those currently suffering from Alzheimer's, but also about future generations. The seeds of hope we plant today could blossom into a world free from the darkness of Alzheimer's tomorrow. Remember, we are not powerless against this disease. The power of dark motivation, the determination born from the heartache and struggle, can propel us forward. It can light the way, guiding us and giving us the strength to persevere. Every action, no matter how small, helps to illuminate the path towards a world without Alzheimer's. Chapter 5. Our Collective Impact. In the face of Alzheimer's, we are not powerless. Together, we can make a difference. Our collective impact, fueled by the power of dark motivation, has the potential to transform lives, communities, and the world. Imagine a world where Alzheimer's is no longer a threat. A world where our loved ones can age gracefully, free from the fear of losing their memories, their identities, their selves. This is not an unreachable dream, but a feasible reality that we can build together. Our collective efforts have already made significant strides. Every conversation we have, every awareness event we participate in, every dollar we donate contributes to the grand tapestry of change. We've seen new treatments emerge, promising research unfold, and support systems grow, all thanks to the power of collective action. But the fight against Alzheimer's is far from over. Each of us holds a piece of the puzzle. Whether you're a scientist working tirelessly in the lab, a healthcare professional providing compassionate care, a family member offering unwavering support, or an individual living with Alzheimer's, your story, your struggle, your hope matters. Every step we take, no matter how small, pushes us closer to our goal. Every moment of darkness we face fuels our motivation to find the light. And it's this shared motivation, this shared commitment to making a difference, that amplifies our impact. So, let's continue to shine our light in the darkness. Let's continue to share our stories, spread awareness, support research, and advocate for those affected by Alzheimer's. Let's continue to stand together, united in our mission, driven by our dark motivation. Because together we are stronger. Together we can turn the tide against Alzheimer's. Together we can bring hope where there's despair, light where there's darkness, and a future where there's fear. In the midst of darkness, let us be the beacon of hope that lights the way towards a future free from Alzheimer's.